crops like cashew, mango, plus cashew nut plus mango, coconut. What else? Tea, coffee. Coorg is the district of that state is one. So these are the economic region by Sengupta. These are the physical region by R.L. Singh. These are the two regions. You just incorporate these two in your studies. Apart from that, there is one more thing I want to discuss about the petroleum deposits in India.
So Sociocultural Regionalization.
Chauffeur. Okay. Sorry. Actually, chauffeur in 1940s, based on the 1931 population census, that is no more applicable. But that classification I may tell you. Basically, he classified on rural socio-cultural region, urban socio-cultural. In urban, he classified the religious towns and the trade towns and the administrative towns. Administrative towns have different socio-cultural conditions. Pilgrim, tourist towns, religious towns have the different socio-cultural conditions, and the third administrative towns. Administrative town hai. Now come over to the rural region. In 1931, we have almost 8 to 9% urban population. 90% or more than 90% population was the rural population. And it was feudalistic society. He discussed the nature of feudalistic society. Now that is no more prevalent. And in this feudalistic society, basically he classified on the caste system, land owning castes. He classified the land owning caste of North India, like in North India, like Yadavs, Gujars, Jats, Pattidars, Patels, in Gujarat, Kappus, Reddys, in Eastern India, Bhumihars. As we go to, there are the different land owning castes. He identified these are the castes living over there. They are owning the land. Further, he said there are the cultural regions where service castes are dominating in some of the regions. Service castes are there, like service, those are giving the service to the society. Like barber is the one, sweeper is the one, cobbler is the one, Brahmin is the one. They are giving service to the society. So he said, where the service caste dominant people are living there, that is one socio-cultural region. So land owning caste, service caste. The third is that there is the another artisan society, artisan class. Artisan means those are doing super specialized work based on the handicrafts, like separate different artisans. Wooden carpenter is one of the artisan. Blacksmith is one of the artisan. Even goldsmith is one of the artisan. So the weaver is one of the artisan. So he classified on the basis of occupation of the people. He identified the land owning caste. He identified the landless caste. He identified the people of service caste, how they are providing services to the country. And chauffeur has no clear-cut demarcation of the regions of the country. He simply identified this is the region which is dominated by this caste, this is not dominated by this caste. But according to the dominance of caste, there is a nature of society, economic conditions are there. Those conditions are determined by the carrying capacity of the land. Some of the areas have intensive farming. Some of the areas having farming with assured irrigation. Some of the areas having dryland farming. Some of the areas where entire agriculture is based on the rain, like in the northeastern India, in Purvanchal hills, where rainy conditions are there. So rain is substantiating the need of the people. So the area where intensive farming is there, food grain is there, and food grain intensive and the plain region, irrigation, fertile soil is there. In those regions, economic condition of the people is better. Human behavior is more liberal. There is more intensity of caste system. ज़्यादा caste system वहीं मिलेगा जहाँ agricultural fertility. Wherever the agricultural fertility is high, caste system is also very intense because every caste is dependent on each other. Like in South India, caste system is not that strong, that not rudimentary because they are not dependent on agriculture, they are dependent on extensive farming, they are dependent on horticulture, they are dependent on animal husbandry because of the rain-fed conditions over there. So that is the chauffeur's classification. It was not a clear-cut division on the basis like what R.L. Singh and this gave. The sociocultural reasons given by chauffeur are based on the caste system, based on the carrying capacity of the region, and how the human behavior evolved with the intensification of the agriculture. So these are the three basic parameters. जहाँ जहाँ एग्रीकल्चर की फर्टिलिटी ज़्यादा होती जाएगी, कास्ट सिस्टम उतना ही स्ट्रॉन्ग होता जाएगा. सी एग्रीकल्चर इन पंजाब, soil become more fertile in UP, more caste system. As we go to Bihar, further very high caste. Bengal, as we go to the east, caste system is very dominant because of the high intensity of farming. Chauffeur correlated the carrying capacity of region with the caste system. That work was based on the 1931 census, the last census of India done by the British government of India based on the caste system. Those census were not very accurate. They were data was collected very randomly. Okay? So this is one. And महिमा, बेटे इस बॉटल में जाओ, वहाँ से पानी भर के लाओ ठंडा रूम से. I need water. या कोई वहाँ से और दूसरा गिलास ले लेना. Now I want to discuss something about the petroleum in India. Petroleum is a topic which is very important and I missed it. On which question is projected. Petroleum is found in between impervious sedimentary rocks. What are those sedimentary rocks? Which are either the sandstone or shale or the limestone. And the rocks, these sedimentary rocks which form during formation of these rocks should be formation of these rocks should be in Miocene period, Miocene or Eocene, or you can say Eocene to Pleistocene. So basically Miocene period sedimentary rocks, and in India most of the rocks are of this time period. Entire Himalaya is composed of these rocks and of the same time period. So we have immense potential for petroleum in Himalayan system. Petroleum have three bases. Three bases like it is naphthalene base, or asphaltic base. And it is basically made up of what is the chemical composition? Sorry, wait. Hydrogen, helium, oxygen and helium. Hydrogen, oxygen and helium. So it is 80% hydrogen and 12% oxygen and rest 8%. So this is the composition. It is always lighter than water. Its density of water is always 1, but it is always lighter than water. Its density ranges from 0.77 to 0.99. So because it is always lighter than water, कभी भी इसकी density 1 नहीं होती. So it is measured on a scale that is called Bohm scale. And this found in either the anticlines or the synclines. It also found in faulted structure. Basically it found in faults. Faults means this is anticline and this is the one impervious rock and this is another impervious rock. This is impervious rock. So petroleum generally used to found here in this either the anticline area or in the syncline area. So this is the area where generally petroleum used to found, or in a ruptured area where faults are there. If it is the faulted structure, if it accumulate here, if it is the fault structure, means this land is originally it was here, either it is uplifted or it subsided. So wherever the faults are there, petroleum generally used to found in faulted structures. So this is the one, and always petroleum generally used to found in a hierarchy. Suppose it is there in the upper portion, it is the gases, and it is petroleum. It is like this at the depth of 800 meter to 1100 meter. Always it is the one. This is known as one oil field. This is one reservoir, 800 meter to 1100 meter depth. So generally it is the one, and in the rocks here, and there may be hundreds of the wells. These are the wells, and these wells, these are the maybe, suppose this is the sea here. So these wells have the platform. We used to construct the platforms here. Sea में अगर पानी है तो like Bombay High, Neelam, Panna, Hira, South Hira, all B37, B58, all platforms are on this water. So the thickness, the depth of the water is almost 200 meter. Like in Bombay High, 200 मीटर तो पानी है, उसके ऊपर हमने स्ट्रक्चर बना रखा है, उसके नीचे 800 मीटर नीचे. This is Bombay High is having a 2,500 square kilometer area spread over. This is all Bombay High reservoir. These are the platforms and these are the oil wells. Field may be one, oil well may be hundreds of the oil wells are there. So this is generally this petroleum used to found. In northeastern India, when we come over to the distribution of petroleum, one is in 1899 Britishers discovered first time petroleum in India in Arakan, Assam, Arakan Hills, in Purvanchal Hills, in upper Assam, basically in slopes of the Naga Hills around Digboi region. So Digboi region, the first in Assam, basically upper Assam. There are the foothills of Naga Hills and the upper Assam. This bed is called Tipam, sedimentary sandstone. This Tipam is 300 kilometer bed. it spread in the upper Assam and it spread up to Kachar region. From upper Assam to Kachar up to Silchar region. And it is having some important oil wells. The oil wells you must be knowing Gugrijan, Bokajan, Amburi, Badarpur, Patharia, Rudra Sagar, Nahar Katia, Dipoi, Papapang, Astapang, and many more. These are the some important oil fields. So, वो जो oil मथुरा में बरौनी में refinery आती है, that petroleum starts from Rudra Sagar, and Rudra Sagar to Baruni pipeline it is known as. So these are some of the important oil fields of Assam. Most of them are exhausted. Production of petroleum in India is decreasing. Almost 1/3, 30% of the petroleum we are even less than 30%. 27 to 28% of the production is indigenous. Rest we are dependent on the imported petroleum. Apart from Assam, just quickly I want to come over to Gujarat. And in Gujarat, this is the second region. In 1948, the petroleum was discovered in Ankaleshwar when then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru said it's the fountain of prosperity. It is not the petroleum, it is the fountain of prosperity. So basically this is Ankaleshwar, this is basin field. So we have most of the oil field are offshore. दुनिया में जितना भी पेट्रोल निकलता है 60% इज ऑफशोर, 40% इज ऑनशोर. जमीन पे 40% the petroleum. 60% of the petroleum found in the continental shelf on the margins of the continent. So here in Gujarat also, this is the Ankleshwar, and the strike here near Ankleshwar we have the refinery called Koyali, one of the largest Indian Oil Corporation refinery. Actually petroleum, we have a mechanism of exploration of, first we have the exploration of petroleum. Exploration is done by ONGC and its allied companies. Now we have the ONGC Videsh. ONGC is also started hiring the foreign countries like Cairn is the English company, Caltex is the American company. They also discovering, drilling some petroleum. So in Badmer in Rajasthan, whatever the new petroleum reserves were identified, it was identified by Cairn company, CAIRN. So one is the drilling. Their job is only to drill the petroleum. Then there is the gas pipeline. GAIL is there. They have the network of the pipeline network. They spread the pipeline. And then we have the refining and distribution is done by 3 companies. One is called Indian Oil Company. Another is called Bharat Petroleum Company. Third is called Hindustan Petroleum Company. One was also there that is called Indo-Burma Petroleum. Now Indo-Burma Petroleum is merged with Indian Oil Company. So we have 3 public sector units which refine and distribute the petroleum. And we have 1 drilling company, and we have the pipeline for pipeline. We used to say GAIL. GAIL is the company which transfer the petroleum products and gas through the pipeline network. That is the GAIL Gas Authority of India Limited. So this is the reason here in Gujarat we can say Ankleshwar, Kadi, Usamba, Junes, Viranga, Basin. These are the important, though there are some more names. Kadi is there, Kadi, Kadamba, Ahmedabad and the Kadi, Modera. क्या नाम है अहमदाबाद में क्रिकेट स्टेडियम का? Motera. That Motera was the ONGC playground. Playground developed by ONGC, later taken over by the Motera. So all these Motera was the oil field basically. So these are the important oil wells. And the third region is called Bombay High. Bombay High, like it is the Bombay, and it is here on the. This is the Bombay High, almost 170 kilometer from the coast, and 170 kilometer दूर इतना इस गहराई पे मिलता है. In Bombay, we have, this is the largest petroleum producing area of the country, and there are some important platforms